I think about a week ago, Rayman was trending on Twitter because a lot of people were very shocked to see the character change that they saw when Captain Laserhawk premiered on Netflix. And you look at the show. There's about I think there's a couple of episodes, and honestly, I think it's pretty creative. Like the plot, the art direction, um, everything that's going on. It was pretty creative, but I think the stuff with the Raymond video game character is what really stood out the most. And the reason why is because I mean, he's practically a maniac, there was like so much profanity and so much like, color to, his character. And honestly, it was something that no one, including myself, really saw coming. And I believe Raymond had I think he had like made an appearance on Mario Wabbit's Sparks of Hope as like a DLC character. He was like announced. And there were some people who were bummed by the fact that he wasn't getting a brand new game, and it seemed like this show, I mean, kind of played off of that a little bit because like Rayman, I can't remember the last time we got like a high profile Rayman game that people actually gave a damn about. And I think the last one that came out was like in 2013. I think it was like Rayman Legends, if I'm not mistaken, and that was probably one of the better Rayman games that we got in the entire series. But pretty much like you look at the story, like the series is set in an alternate universe in 1992. And I think, like, one of the problems with that is, like, Raymond didn't, become a video game character, didn't start until like 1995. So the series being set in 1992 is kind of whatever. But at the same time, like, like I said, everything about the show was so like, entertaining and to a point where people can kind of ignore that. I mean, it's just that Raymond's character was just something that nobody really expected, especially those who are longtime fans of the Raymond series, like since '95. And you look at you just look at like how he was acting. If Raymond was like that, back in 1995. Um, until like the late '90s or what have you, he probably would have been more popular than Crash Bandicoot, Spyro the Dragon, or even Sonic the Hedgehog for that matter. But at this point, it seems like the Rayman series. I'm not going to go on a limb and say that it's necessarily dead, but I do feel that the Rayman series is not going to be as popular as it once was. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people would probably agree with me in the sense where he makes a better like villain character than he does a hero, because you look at the games that he was in the 90s and early teens, for the most part, he was just a bland, boring, protagonist character, like I'm not gonna say, Crash Bandicoot and Spyro the Dragon were boring. Their games were cool, but character-wise, they didn't really have much character. They were just like they were I wouldn't say like silent protagonists, but they were basically they were mascots that were short for words to say the least. But I do feel that Raymond breaking Twitter and trending on Twitter was something that was really interesting. I'm not exactly sure if Captain Laserhawk is going to get a season two, but based off of what we saw in the couple of episodes that we got on Netflix, I definitely feel like Captain Laserhawk is something that definitely deserves a second season. And I do feel that at some point we should totally get another Rayman like video game sometime in the future. I'm not exactly sure if we're gonna get like a M-rated, Rayman game or anything like that, because Rayman wasn't obviously designed to be a character that appealed to adults and use a ton of profanity or anything like that. But I do feel that If we got this version of Rayman back in the 90's, I do feel like he probably would have been twice as popular as he already is right now. And I do feel that, I mean, I don't know. I mean, if we get another Rayman game sometime in the future, I do feel like that's something that would create buzz in the online gaming community for sure.